Hi, um, it's me. You can just call me FM, but this is a channel to feature me now, and I found that appropriate. I have no idea what this is going to entail. I just felt like I needed to start. I've been procrastinating for far too long. In fact, I've had an idea to start this for a year now, but I've been stopping myself. I guess the fear of change has been stopping me, and really, what this channel I feel like is going to be about is probably just epiphanies that I've experienced that I feel like might be able to help somebody else out there. Because I find, because it's still in the present. See, this is not, I'm not a professional at this, but it's a start again. I decided to just start poorly if I must, rather than wait for the perfect moment, as I've been hearing a million times over and over again. But not gonna go on that tangent. But so basically, I oftentimes hear people say, or I'm talking to people, they're like, I know exactly what you mean, bro. You have no idea. I was going through that as well. Blah blah blah, and there's nothing else like that to me when I can help somebody else see something that they probably have already seen or have already thought about, but there's no connection, or I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it. But basically, the thoughts in there to themselves, and I feel like when you feel like somebody else out there is going through the exact same thing or understands, you're like, wow. And then when that other person did something about that, it motivates you even more to take further action or crush it, as they say. That's becoming really popular in the, I guess, self-development. I guess that's what this would be, self-development, because I'm developing myself, and it's pretty much what it is. As I have ideas, experiences that may, help somebody, it doesn't hurt to put it out there. I wanna just start, man. I've been putting this off for so long. I know there's something. Whoever is listening to this one viewer that got this far, I know there's something. I know there's something out there, Whether it be, man, I'm tired of being overweight. Don't think this is like a cliche. I'm not trying to be the next Tony Robbins and motivate you. Well, shit, who knows? But this is not that. This is not that kind of the next. Not trying to be Eric Thomas. As much as I appreciate all their contents and all that stuff, I'm not here to motivate you, because what I've learned is that motivation isn't shit, and I'm sure you've been there. You watch the motivational vid, and I remember last year around when I thought this was a good idea to do, a year ago. That's crazy. I made a year go by, and I'd watch those motivate. Not, in fact, I'd watch and listen. I would be in the shower. I'd take cold showers, thinking somehow change would come upon me if I took cold showers. I listened to the motivational things, and I thought, well, someday I'm just gonna get over. It's like you're waiting on this influx of motivation it's gonna hit this magical threshold. If I watch enough motivational videos, if I listen to enough motivational audio clips, if I read enough books, one day I'm gonna hit this sort of knowledge threshold, and all the sort of purpose in the people who I'm listening to or who I'm reading about, or whatever it may be, it's just gonna come into me, and I'm gonna transform like a motherfucking Super Saiyan. You know what I mean? But I don't think it works like that. You just have to do it. And it's crazy to me. I've thought about this a lot. There has to be something more than just the do it, because it's not that easy. I took a fucking year. I probably shouldn't swear a lot in case there are, a younger audience, even though I don't really believe in, bad words per se, but I'll try to keep it clean. But back to the point, I took a year waiting for that. I saw the Shia LaBeouf video. Everybody saw the Shia LaBeouf video. I had moments where it worked for me, and I've had moments where there's there's a girl I wanted to talk to or whatever it may have been, and I'm like, okay, I know I need to do this. I've heard it all. I know I just gotta move my feet, whatever. You've heard it all. And it's like walk, put one foot forward, put the next foot forward, put one. But you're scared out of your mind because we don't need, we would like to have some, pretty much some comfort and some like sort of guarantee before we take our, and that's natural. It makes perfect sense, you know. Back in the caveman days, here we go. You know, obviously you wouldn't show, you know, everybody in this village always avoids the lion, you know, and that's learning through, you know, secondhand experience. But a lot of things aren't, that you learn through secondhand, aren't fact. You know, that's one case where it probably was fact. You don't want to go fight a lion, but this one guy's like, well, you know, why is no one fighting the lion, or why does no one go to play with the lion? And he gets mauled to death, you know. Like, it's natural for us to not want to go into the unknown, especially an unknown that like no one else embarks in. You know, no one, you never see, you know, for going back to that example, you never see anyone approach a girl like that, and it's very rare. Like in just day-to-day life, you know, you're going about your day, have a few minutes for lunch, or a girl approaching a guy, because what, we have these societal sort of boundaries that have already been set, and it feels weird to break them. You know what I mean? And I'm back to the original point. You probably have to get used to me with the tangents. There are just some things that you just gotta do. Like I've seen the, you know, back to the moment I saw the girl, and I tried to listen my way into the confidence to go do it. And it's not even, at that moment, it wasn't even confidence issue. Because, like, if that girl were to come to me, I'd be completely fine. But it's that risk I'm taking of what if it doesn't work out, you know? That pain of my potential self-image being hurt. Or, you know, if you're thinking about losing weight, you know, the potential fear of me failing and all the work it's going to take. You know what I mean? And I don't know. This is why this channel is here. If I do find out the answer to this, which probably is, there's no, you know, quick fix to this. But if I do find out the answer to like a mindset you can put yourself into, sort of invoke that kind of massive life change, then I'll be the first to share it. Right? I have plenty of ideas that I want to sort of, you know, verbalize. I've always had these ideas, and I'd always talk to my friend about it, and that's pretty much all these ideas. And he's like, wow, you know, that's actually makes a lot of sense. And you know, I may have ideas that have already existed, or it's me just saying it in a different way, and there's been a book written on it before. And you know, usually that's the mindset I'd have. You know, there's probably somebody who's already thought of that. You know, who am I to think I can invent a new ideology? And no, fuck that. You know what I mean? I know I said I wasn't gonna swear anymore, but if I don't feel like any other word would bring out the type of emotion that I mean when I say that. You know what I mean? Forget that. Do it, man. Like, and this feels so liberating, because this is like so much mental RAM. This video has been in my head for a year. Not this particular speech. This is off the cuff, quote unquote speech. But just this, you know, I'd love to be in a place where, you know, where people are living, man. Like living, you know? And I'm not currently living to my full potential right now, but I sure as hell am making the first step to change that, you know? I'm not some kind of perfect, you know, guru, and I think that's why, I think that's the goal of why I think I want to do this. It's more of a journey aspect more than I've seen the journey, or I've taken the journey. I've seen the journey. I mean, I guess you could have saw someone else. You could have seen someone else's journey, but it's not a sort of I've seen it all and now I'm going to try to tell it to you as a younger guy coming up, and you can't really connect. But somebody who's on your level and is trying to figure it out himself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I have no idea what this video is gonna sound like, but I'm just gonna ship it. I've actually never read that book. But if there are if there are any books that I'm reading or any quotes, I feel like one of my gifts is that I can break down nuance into simple things and it's sort of like open up perspective. I've done that with people in my life, friends of mine, and that's how they become some of my closest friends. And I felt like, why not try on a bigger medium? I'm scared out of my mind, you know. I think what was stopping me was, I don't I don't want to have my entire life change. This may get 1 view, this may get 0 views for 10 months. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep putting them out not day after day, because I'm not trying to force out content like that. But when there is something that needs to be said, something I need to get off my mind, sure as hell I'm sure as hell gonna put it out. Whether I get credit or not, that's one of the things I was hearing too. What if I made this great idea and someone just steals it? It's like, that's profound. I'm going to take that. Obviously I'm not going to be happy, but what's the greater evil? Keeping that something that could improve the planet. I know I'm thinking big right now, but I have to. Why not? Why not? What are you thinking about right now that you could do? Everybody's like, oh my goodness, that's planetary. But you're not. Like, why not? Like, why not? Look at yourself, right? Why not? Like, why not you? We've heard it a million times. Most of the great people, oh, I wasn't the smartest. I worked the hardest. I wasn't the best looking, or I wasn't the tallest or most athletic, or, whatever it may be. And don't be like, and it's crazy because I'm just like letting it out right now, but I don't want, if I were you right now and I was hearing this, I'd probably feel motivated. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you're saying, but fuck motivation. You know what I mean? I'm gonna rip off Tony Robbins here and say, just make the decision. Just decide. And I can't even decide on all the things. So it's going to take fucking days. It's going to take hours. It's going to take days. It's going to take weeks. It's going to take months. But realize that you're dying. You know what I mean? And life's out there. It's as much as for me as for you. Whoever you are. Whoever you are. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it. I'm pretty sure I've dumped everything I wanted to do. I didn't expect for it to be this sort of like a rant. I'm really probably just talking to myself, honestly. But I needed this. I feel like a tension leaving my body, and that tension can leave you too. Even if you're like, say you want to lose weight, you want to start reading. Just read a page. just read 2 lines. That's way better than thinking there's no way I can finish this book. Fail. Like, go to the gym and fail. Go to the gym, stay 20 seconds, leave. Go to the gym, and say 22 seconds. Don't even stay. Go in the gym, I can't do it, walk out. But you went. You know what I mean? You went. And that's sure as hell better than sitting down, wishing you did it 80 years later. And that's what I'm afraid of.